business. It was in March that we revised the meeting procedure bylaw by adding a number of clauses regarding audio and video recording. As is required by the ministry, that bylaw was then sent to the ministry for their review and approval. They came back to us asking us to get a legal opinion specifically regarding the freedom of information and protection of privacy requirements. So in your package, you have correspondence from Peter Johnson at Staples, McDaniel & Stewart. And as lawyers are wont to do, they do what you ask them, but then they also comment on a whole bunch of other stuff. So the upshot of the review that they did was that there are 5 points that they are making about the revisions. So the first one is that the board can make rules regarding audio and video recording so as not to disrupt meetings. That the recordings made by members of the audience does not involve collection of personal information, so therefore there is not an issue for UBID. He thinks that the provisions that we put into the bylaw saying that we require people to indemnify the board if a problem arises is probably unenforceable. And that the provision where the board can request the individual making the recording to delete or destroy recordings is also probably unenforceable. And he's made a recommendation, and I'll read it out because I don't want to summarize it. If members of the public addressing the board are to have the right to request that they not be filmed or recorded, the bylaw should state so much more explicitly. And the chair should be given the explicit authority to direct that members of the public cease filming or recording in those circumstances. However, this raises the issue of whether it is reasonable to require a member of the public to state at a public meeting that they have a concern about recording, or to have the chair make that announcement. An alternative might be to prohibit any video recording of members of the public present at the meeting. So essentially there are 3 potential changes to our bylaw that could come out of this if you want to do it. The 2 regarding unenforceable things that we have imposed on people regarding indemnifying the board and deleting if they suggest that. Although this bylaw was built on a whole pile of other bylaws, and they all have this clause in there. So, I mean, it's not really a legal issue. It could be left as is, recognizing that we probably wouldn't have much clout putting into it. The other issue is about strengthening the wording around requesting that people not be recorded and giving the chair more explicit authority. So, comments, I don't know what you'd like to do.
Maybe you can help me out here, but this videotaping, is it for personal use or is it for the board?
No, it's not for the board. It's nothing to do with the board.
So as long as it's positive and it's for personal use and it's positive for the...
Not as long as it's positive.
Pardon me?
It is what it is.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Madam Chair, I thought we already had written into one of the bylaws that we prohibit the recording of members of the public who are present at the meeting.
Yes.
Somewhere. Do we not?
Well, the bylaw says that,
Yeah.
but the lawyer is saying that it needs to be
Okay.
stronger language and
All right.
more explicit.
Okay.
Is
fair enough.
basically what he's saying.
Well, we can make
Or
it any
the
stronger than that.
So,
If I may, so in light of this legal opinion, I did go back to the sections that he spoke to, and it was specifically sections 58 through 63, which is all the sections pertaining to audio-video recording, and I have made some suggestions or recommendations for wording changes in what he suggests. Not sure how you want to deal with that. If you would like me to then put this into a revised draft of the bylaw and have that brought to the next meeting, or if you'd like me to speak to that.
probably would be better to see it in writing and then we
Fair
can
enough.
think about it, right?
Fair enough.
I prefer that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I will take steps
Okay.
to
Okay,
put this into a draft new bylaw, and then we can bring it forward in June for reapproval.
Okay.
And then, like I say, I've already mentioned to the ministry that from their initial concern with respect to the freedom of information and protection of privacy, that we have no issues from our legal opinion on that. So they were pleased to hear that. So I suggested to them that there would be a rewrite forthcoming.
Okay, will you
Okay.
be emailing us what your draft is? That's
Yes.
before the meeting? Okay,
Yes,
good.
I will definitely do that. It'll be part of the information package as well.
okay. Okay, so our next scheduled meeting is June 15th. Just a reminder to the board that we've had to reschedule our semi-annual meeting with the CBRD. So you have a new proposed date.
June 23rd.
Yeah, June 23rd. Okay, and that concludes the meeting. So we'll open it to the floor for questions. Mary?
Yes, regarding the people in the public, from the point I'm at here, I get these people's heads in. So I have no way of taking those out. So if they're on there, and like if somebody turns around and looks right at the camera, it's on there.
We will consider that.
And, you know, if there's somewhere else that I can put it where it just captures the 5 of you, or the 6 when Alan's here, then that would be great, but there's no way around it now. There's gonna be some people's, the backs of their heads.
Okay. Donna?
With regard to the videotaping, my observation through videotaping is Mary is the only one that has been videotaping the meetings. How much are lawyer fees costing you bid, or the taxpayers here, partially landowners, in having lawyers involved in trying to accommodate Mary and her need to videotape these meetings?
Okay, this is not accommodating a single individual in the community. Anyone in the community that would like to videotape or record would be governed by the bylaw.
Have you ever had anyone from the community except Mary approach you requesting videotaping of these meetings and other meetings?
No, but there have been people in the meetings that took pictures at the inaugural meeting, for example, that would be governed by the same bylaw.
I guess the question would be the cost that is being imposed on people who have no interest in having this kind of.
It's the cost of doing business. It's the purpose of this board to set out policies that govern all kinds of things that happen at meetings.
If I may, Madam Chair, the cost is fairly small, it's a few $100s to get this opinion done. And this is something most public bodies, whether they're school districts, local governments, etc., are having to build into their policy network now, because these requests keep coming, especially with the changing technologies. And therefore, it is prudent on us as a local government body to make sure that we have appropriate policies in place.
In the past, many years ago, we did have the press at meetings and they were recording.
What if next meeting 10 people come in here and not tape it? There's no room for
It's
us.
fine, they're all governed by the same guidelines.
Well, the chances of that happening are very minute.
We'll deal with that if that happens.
Hi, I'm
Karen.
Karen Lowry, live
Yeah.
in Union Bay. In regards to the filming, I'd just like to say that I think it is a service to a lot of members in the Union Bay area when we cannot view meetings. And for example, at the AGM, I was unable to attend, and I saw what was videoed, and I was actually, it showed some of the true faces of some of the residents here.
Do you have a question, Karen?
Yes, I agree that it should be videotaped for all people to see videos.
Thank you.